We are nearing the end of this little endeavor here, which means that soon we'll be at the top. Right now I have the walls there are at the that's the one that's out of place. We have the stone walls so that they're at the top. So now we just need to get the ramp up there and everything should be fine. I think we might need one more quarter around and we should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put this one here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And then for the next area. Good. And yeah, we are at the top, it looks like. And that just means to get this here. Now this is not going to go up any further. I'll go in 5 here. This should be right above the ramp. So this is our maximum height. So this is then where we're going to have our observation platform. Now we have one down there, but of course there are 2 of them, one lower and one upper, similar to what you have in some modern high-rises such as the Empire State Building, where there is one on the 86th floor and one on the top floor. Now, these are going to be problematic here because we're going to want to have a means to get the wood in there. Obviously, the carts are going to have to be able to get up, but we also need a little bit of a platform all the way around. So I'll see what I can do in order to satisfy both requirements. Alright, let's try this. So obviously when you are going up, you are going to need a little headroom there. Alright. Let's get rid of that. Good. Yeah, it's going to be a little bumpy there, but I'm able to fit in and get that there. Good. I'll have to come up with some compromise on exactly what I am going to do on that matter. But we are going to need some railing because we don't want people falling off. Now here, things are going to be a little bit imperfect. Now what happens if I try to fit in between these? Yeah, it's going to let me right through it. That probably means that I'll have to do... Well, that and that is easy enough to do. It's here where there isn't anything. Well, I have to think on that. Alright, there you go. Good. And good, 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 good. And I'll probably need a little bit of... Do I have any dirt here? Yeah, there we go. Oh, I do need to get that fence in though. And the fence will be this way, I believe. Actually, how about there instead? So that could be our fence. Yeah, keeping it open is not the safest thing, but it's useful for my purposes. All right, there we go. And there, and there we go. Then that is our area there. Maybe we'll find some better way to connect these posts. Oh, that works. Inside or outside? What happens if I do this? Okay, I don't fall through. Alright, good. And since I don't fall through, I will accept that. And that. And I'll just do the other corners and take a bit of rest. It appears we'll have to unload the wagons around here and carry up the wood the remaining half cycle around if we're going to get this up efficiently. But now we need the final part of the lighthouse, and that is the circular part that goes up from here. Now, this of course doesn't look like a circle at all, first off, and second of all, there's no interior part, and there needs to be a way to get up there. Now, I suspect that we could have a crane perhaps, or pulley system, whatever the equivalent you would have had back in Ptolemy, Egypt, to bring these up to the wood up to the top, and maybe a ladder to get up and down. But I'm wondering if I should just go up like this. But of course this is a pretty much a perfect square, and we want to at least give some small nod to a circle. So therefore I am going to attempt to do something of that type here. What I'm going to do is to help to widen this, because I do think this is much too narrow. So what I'm going to do is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's to help to take things a bit, and maybe do something like this. It'd be nice if it were larger so that we could get something that looks reasonably like a circle, because let's face it, this looks about as circular as a cube. But that's what we'll have to live with. Now, we will need this. And in fact, I suspect what we do is we have this little thing in here, take the wood in here, and then maybe have some sort of rope system to pull it up to the top, and maybe some ladders here in order for workers to get up to the top. And that way, any tourist or anybody like that that's on the outside is less likely to be hit on the head with wood while making a little visit. Alright, let's see. No, that'd make it too... the dimensions, they're just working against me at this moment. And if I go one further out, I think things are going to get too tight. Because one further out means going here and 3, 4. Yeah, that might be too tight. Let me think on this for a moment. After thinking about it, I've decided I need to make this a little bit wider. So I'll take this down, make sure I've got all these picked up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to branch out a little bit earlier. One earlier, which is where I'll start my branching out. Now, it may be logical from a purely architectural point of view that we take the pillar all the way down and make it wider too, and perhaps I'll do that, but maybe not today, because that will be a bit of an undertaking to do. So I'll do that, then I will lay some blocks here and go out one more. Actually, I probably will have to take the steps that to go out, increase the width of that square, and then come up. Well, I could take care of those stairs later. Because what I really want to do is to do a 6 by 6, a 6 diameter circle. Now, of course, circles in Minecraft aren't exactly what you call good friends. So I'll just take that out there. So this is the closest thing I'm going to be able to come to a circle as far as I know. Circles don't start to look good until you get to pretty large scales, unfortunately, and that is a luxury that I do not have at this point of the lighthouse. And then take this down. Missed it. And therefore, we will then be able to have an entrance here. And this is where we go into the central area. And then be able to build up. It'd be nice if we had thinner blocks. Sort of a slab equivalent on this direction instead of up, down, to the side, and that it could give some thinner walls. If you had some thinner walls, it could be a little bit more plausible, because these 1 meter thick walls, I don't see it really happening in a real lighthouse going that far up. I think they would thin out by then. 1 meter walls there would have two significant advantages that I know of. One is to support weight better if there's a huge amount of weight bearing on it, which is true for the lower part of this lighthouse. Boy, is it true for the lower part of this lighthouse. But the other one, of course, is for defense. And, sorry, there is absolutely no one who's going to be shooting a trebuchet this high up. They even had trebuchets back then. So therefore, you don't need it for one of those two purposes, and you want to save weight when you get this high up. At least that's my opinion on the matter, since most of the weight is, of course, below us. I have the support coming out here now. Good. Looks a little implausible, of course, that this 2 by 2 area is turning into a 6 by 6 area, but and I do have this little problem. So yeah, things are a little bit tight in here. So I had to come up with a good compromise on it. Obviously, obviously the carts are going to have some method of getting their stuff up here. My suggestion earlier that they're bringing it up by hand after a certain point is probably going to have to come into fruition, because otherwise things are going to get rather dodgy around here. So we come all around here, and eventually we should have... Where's the opening? Oh, here it is. That means here we should... Alright, go all the way around so that we could do that. Now hopefully I can get through here under that circumstance. Ooh, we have a conflict of needs. Ah. How about... What if I do this? Oh, I'll pick that up later. Alright. Alright, let's see if this happens, this happens. Okay, good. And we'll put one there. Alright. And I might be able to hook that into one more spaces with a few slabs here to make things a little bit better. But now, yeah, it's not exactly what you call an ideal circle, but it'll do. And that concludes the second section of the tower. So now we have to worry about the third one for the next episode. Before we do that, I want to have a chance to have a look around, see what everything looks like. Right. And here. Okay. And let's see how it looks from this perspective. I suppose that works, but of course that's when you're really up close, where things look especially tall. What would happen if we head out, go down the road, and see how everything looks down there? Now, I wish I'd thought of that earlier, that I could have just flown down gently to this area. Here we go. Alright. I think that actually works. Oh, yeah, I'm going to need to add some banners and stuff like that in order to make it look less bland, but that's decoration, and that will have to come later. For now, though, I think we are making pretty good progress. So next time we are going to start on the circular section, the third section of the lighthouse, and maybe reach up to the beacon. But we'll see in our next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Welstopia.